Hey everybody, Von here, the Vonster vlog, and we are getting down on our mat for day 29 of a year of yoga. Oh, and I'm kind of winding it back just a little bit because sometimes I try to get a little bit more ahead of myself than maybe I should and start to lose my way. And I think it's a really good idea for me to kind of backtrack and rewalk some steps I've already been on and pay maybe closer attention to where I'm at and where I'm going. So we are going to start here today in cobbler pose. We're going to be pretty low on our mat for most of the day. Well, I think you get me. And my knees have actually been kind of hurting. Like I've been sitting so much today. But I'm kind of just pulsing my knees up and down. And I'm going to breathe in for 4 pulses, hold for 2 pulses, and then breathe out, I think. For either 6 or 8. We'll decide when we get there. But let's. Oh, that's pretty cool. So in for 4, hold for 2, out for 8. I'm starting to feel a little bit of a in my inner thigh. That's all right. And you can even go slower and maybe do like half time. So let's start wringing out that sponge. I'm kind of just leaning forward over my legs, kind of rocking from side to side, just feeling so tight, like so locked up, like an overstrung bungee down both sides of my lower back. And just through our breath that we will find release as we inhale and exhale. Trying to keep myself from just hunching over, radiating up and out. And we could have some blocks here on the mat in front of us to have our hands on to bring us further to the ground, like bring the ground up to us rather. We can scooch our blocks forward, inch our fingers forward, and just really get into that stretch. Then we can slowly come back up. And from here, let's rest our head, kind of lean it over to the right, pulling our left elbow down towards the ground. Kind of just rocking forward and back with our head to stretch our neck. Inhale and come over to the other side, releasing and relaxing our head down to the left while pulling down our right elbow to give us a nice deep stretch right along that side of our neck. And you can add, you might not want to pull down on your elbows at all if you're very tight, but use your judgment. And to move with the ebb and flow of your breath. And from there, we can start bringing our head around, full circle. Inhaling, and then exhaling as you swing through the front. One more in this direction. And you can really get your whole body involved. And changing direction. This can actually kind of massage your neck and shoulders from the inside. There we are. Now we can come lean forward into that lower back again. Don't forget how interconnected your entire body is. Sometimes stretching your neck and shoulders can have a trickle-down effect and actually start to relax your hips as well. Your hips, your lower back. Kind of like how sometimes a foot massage can help with a headache. Just because it's not next to the source of discomfort doesn't mean that giving it some attention won't be helpful. So you never know. And also, I mean, give yourself a foot massage to get rid of a headache, and you still have a headache when you're done. At least you got a foot massage. I mean, right? So raising our arms up overhead, resisting the tendency to have your knees come up. Lowering our right hand to the mat. Ooh, we can get a nice stretch through the left side of our body. And you can either rotate down, or you could open your heart towards the sky. Coming back up. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling down. And leaning over and extending to the left. And just rolling down and forward, putting my fingers in between each of my toes if I can. Getting a nice stretch in between my feet, like in between my toes of each foot. And just relaxing forward. Maybe give yourself a little, foot massage sounded pretty good. Give yourself a bit of a foot rub when we're down here. Kind of inspect your feet. See how they're doing. I don't know about y'all, but for something that I stomp around on all the ding-dong day, I don't really pay as much attention to my feet as I should. That cut's healing up alright. I had a cut on the bottom of my foot where, like, my skin split. A while ago when I went camping and hiked like hours and days, which is a lot for me to go from sedentary to being I was like, and become a bit okay. From here, we can shift over onto our hands and knees. And I'm actually going to tuck my toes under and use a block under each of my hands. But I want to get in some super juicy cat-cows. So, oh my gosh, I'm so tight through my back. Okay, that's all right. Pushing up, opening our back to the sky, relaxing our head and shoulders. Coming up into cow. Really, really stretching through my abs. I'm actually going to relax my toes back down, the tops of my feet to the earth. And start doing a little bit of an undulation. Exhaling into cat. Inhaling through cow as we come back. And do it again. Then we actually change direction. Cat-cow up towards the front. And then tucking into cat. As we lean back. And scoop through the cow. Oh my goodness, my arms are shaking. And then here I can just find a moment of stillness. Moving with the ebb and flow of our breath. And from here, I'm going to sit back onto my heels, but prop my elbows up on blocks. And start to relax my head towards the ground. Now you may want to bring your elbows up a little higher. just relaxing towards the ground. You can actually kind of, in this position, engage a little bit and get deeper into that stretch by going into, like how with cat-cow, how you open your back towards the sky. That same motion. Now, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overstress your shoulders. Coming up out of it now. Now I'm going to scoot my blocks just a little bit farther forward and put my elbows back down on them. But now, with my left toes turned under, I'm going to lift my right heel towards the sky. And then I'm going to shift my weight over to the right and do the same thing for 5 more repetitions on my left. You can give it a nice little squeeze when you're there at the top. 4 and 5. You're going to push back up. Just reclining onto my heels. And we can move with our breath. I think that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here on the mat. I cannot believe we are right on the verge of day 30. Tomorrow is day 30 of a year of yoga. That's 1/12 of the way, more or less. I mean, a month down, we're doing it, you guys. So, and we're fixing to have just about officially been, at least for me, the absolute longest I've ever done yoga consistently in my entire life. So that's a huge deal. So thank you guys. I cannot thank you enough for being on this journey with me. Your kindness and your encouragement and your ideas give me so much inspiration and so much, like, I didn't stick to it last time I was doing this when I wasn't sharing my journey with y'all. And I mean, I was the same me. So thank you guys for being here, because you are making a big difference to me. So let me know how you're doing down in the comments, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. So until then, keep on keeping on. Bye. Oh, getting up. Oh gosh, my knees. Okay, that's all right.